want to teach Juan how to do that, and so he'll do it. So
Juan, the reason he's putting this on the recorded podcast is he can't get me to remember to do stuff. So he's hoping if you watch this, he can.
Really, is that what it is?
That's okay. Remember on the last podcast?
A week ago?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a week ago. And we'd like to thank our new viewing audience. Okay. I said when you're online, conservative women are the craziest, the wildest, right? But that's a good thing. We've determined that that's a good thing. Okay. So last night, I had this girl hit me up, okay? And in all fairness to her, I think I liked her first. If I didn't, I should have. Okay. So we got to talking, right? Yeah. And she's conservative, and but I'm going to read you what she sent me, and then you tell me. You tell me what you think. Okay, hold on. Let me find it because this is interesting. She first of all, she said she's going home. I'm not going to say where she's going home to because I don't want to, But she said she was going home for the holidays, and she said
she's not going to call into the show.
She just drugged her cat.
What?
Yes, she drugged her cat because she has to travel and she don't want the cat freaking out.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
So. She said, well, here's, okay. Oh my God. Okay. So she's, she tells me that she's, she's headed back or whatever. And I said, oh, okay. She said she had to drug her cat, whatever. And
it's the longest story ever.
No. Okay. I'll just tell you the story. I'll just tell you the story because I can't find it, but I got to tell it. Okay, so she's like, all right, I got to let you go.
Yeah.
She said, I got to get up in the morning at 4 a.m. to work out. Right off the bat, I'm thinking, I'll make coffee or something, cheer you on. But I need to be in the gym. Anyway, she says, I got to load up my car. She says, I got my drugged cat. And she says, I'm wearing a shirt that says, come and take it or something. She's got multiple guns in a thing. She said that she had... a gun under the dash, one on her ankle is how she travels. And she's like, so don't worry about me. I'm like, no, I'm worried about you. Anyways, long story short, I told her, when you get back, let's do something.
I got a funny conversation for you. Okay, I was talking to a friend, we're trying to get to know each other, that type of stuff. So you're trying to tell about your history and stuff like that. So this is how stupid my brain is. She was telling me that she was a trainer and she used to train people.
Yeah.
And then, our conversation went different directions and we came back and we started talking again. People were interrupting. You're at a bar, you got a social situation. Yeah. So then she came back and said, oh, I used to train porn stars. I'm like, wait, what? Now, I totally forgot that she used to say she used to train people at the gym. So she meant I used to train porn stars at the gym.
Yeah.
They work on their bodies. But she didn't say that. Yeah, she didn't say that. She just said, I train porn stars. I'm like, what?
You just see how a few words can change everything?
I laughed so hard. I was like, wait a minute, what was your technique?
What was your response? Is that what you said?
I was like, how would you train a porn star? They don't know how to do. Who signs up to do porn and don't know how to do porn?
Yeah.
So,
and let me back up and say this. The lady that was on that I met last night, on the dating app, she only has a letter for her name.
A letter?
She ain't have nobody find her, right? But let me say this, as crazy as that is, all of it was attractive to me. Really. I'm like, if right now, if a girl walked in with a camo shirt that says like live free or die, and she's strapped with guns.
You'd be all over it, man.
All over it. I'd be, if it was in the middle of recording, you'd be finished this by yourself. Yeah. And she drugged her cat. Now, she said she got the stuff from the vet, so that's fine. A lot of people do that. Feed them melatonin. That's a white person thing, isn't it?
Well, yes.
Black people don't bring the cat. They just leave it outside, hope somebody else finds it by the time they get back. No, I'm telling you.
We were talking about this earlier today.
I'm attracted to her, by the way.
But
you might meet her.
I don't want
to. She's gorgeous.
Really?
Oh, my goodness.
The one, is it, you talking about the one that does laundry?
No. That woman right there might be a dude. Dude, I've started responding just in case. I'm like, listen, want to chat it up? You look beautiful, interested in your profile. Before we go any further, do you have a penis? What did I tell you before? Another person reaching for a slice of butter and grabbing
God.
the whole stick. But here's what I was going to do for people that are dating. Do they still have Carfax?
Yeah.
CARFAX. Okay. And you go on there and you can look at a vehicle's history. Okay.
Okay.
And I think I'm going to get shirts made. I wanted to come up with one called Barfax. Okay. And you can go on there and pull somebody up and, you know, like if you're looking for a one owner, you know what I mean? Like if you're looking for you're looking for a black or blonde one owner, you know what I mean?
Find out what they drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Junk in the trunk, but no luggage, you know. And here's what I said: you can shop the older models because you dust one with paint and put a new bra on it. You know what I mean? Did you? But here's why you want to go on the Barfax, because you don't want to get back to the house and find out your automatic is a stick shift. That's going to be our closing line on the commercial.
This is a funny conversation. I told you about my water heater busted this weekend.
Yeah.
And so we have mutual friends, and we were talking about all our mutual friends. So one of our friends been dating this girl for maybe 4 to 5 months, and they already got married.
Yeah.
That's not the funny part. The funny part was he must be really love this woman because he's the first one he haven't bought titties for. So all the rest, they're like, he was like a 7, like, you get some titties, you're going to be an 8 or a 9.
Dude, Barfax.
so like, he's the only one she hasn't bought titties for. I'm like, oh.
Dude,
he's still making payments.
I'll tell you one audience we're not going to have a huge demographic with. I think is feminist. And that's sad. Look at somebody just called me. Law office. We'll wait to call that back. Does that not say law office?
Yeah, it does.
God bless you. Leave a voicemail.
Oh my God, that's funny.
I don't know what else to say. Oh, it did go to voicemail. Okay. Dude, let me ask you this.
Go.
Is this creeper? Or is this being like fast or on your feet, whatever they call it?
Yeah.
So there was this mom that I thought was gorgeous, just like the lady I met on the dating app, Jay. I can buy ammo too. I've got a lot of ammo that I just have to know what you're shooting. But check this out. I'm in the office and she's in front of me and we talked and stuff like but I'd never got her name. And after like 2 or 3 times of talking to somebody, then it's really hard to get the name because it's like, what was your name? And they're like, you know me. We've been talking for 3 days, you know. So she went and she was in front of me in the sign-out sheet. She was signing her kid out. So when I walked up, her name was on there. So I wrote her name down and then I went back to the house, found her on Facebook and Instagram. Okay. Yeah. So I sent her a friend request and she's like, oh my God. She's like, blah, blah, blah. She was cool with it. But then she said to me, she was like, did I ever tell you my name? Which means I never told you my name. Right?
At least first and last name.
Yeah. But we had a lot of response. Thousands of people wrote in. And they loved the news that never made the news.
The news that never made the news. I like that.
And I got one about a high-profile individual.
High profile.
In the city of Nashville.
Oh, no.
Now, I don't know how I'm going to explain who he was without saying his name, but it rhymes with Bart Durham.
Oh, my God. Bart Durham came into Spanky's one night, and back then, Monty Mitchell I want to say it was Monty Mitchell, had some good lawyer jokes. Not a lot, but it was a couple. And I guess Bart Durham came in to see somebody do open mic stand-up. Yeah. But they went kind of early, and so he didn't stay around after until hear everybody else. Yeah. So as soon as that dude went 3rd, 4th, 5th, they all left. So I'm like, damn.
Have you seen him on the billboards lately?
How old is he?
Here's what I'm saying. You ever have somebody go to a funeral and you're at a funeral and you always hear this? That doesn't look anything like it.
He sure looked good, didn't he?
That don't look anything like. I feel like when Bart Durham dies, if he has an open casket, people are just going to walk up and go,
look just like him.
That's him. Dude, the guy at the funeral home's going to go, I mean, what do you want me to do? Like, I can throw some hairspray on him or something, but this is.
No, that's it.
Okay, here's what happened. You ready for the story? Can
I
tell it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I don't want to get, canceled. You know what I'm saying? This is out there now. We're on Spotify. Yeah. We're on Are we on Spotify?
No.
Okay.
We can be on there later.
We'll do it.
Yeah.
We'll just leave this episode out. I already said
How bad is it?
I already said his name. Let's go. Let's go. All right. So at the time, me and my buddy, or two buddies, Reno Riggins and Stephen Dunn, they were tag buddies or tag teams, and then they helped train me, and they were big in the wrestling. If you knew anything about NWA, WCW, WWE, you knew these guys. Okay. I get a call from Steve one morning. He was like, "Hey, I rented the gym out for $500 for the day." And we're getting ready to close down because, like, you know, you can train people to be professional wrestlers, but like the first couple sessions, like you hit them in the head with a chair, you throw them into stuff just to see if they really want to do it. You know, you kind of try to run them off. And we'd run a lot of people off. You know, it was a horrible business model. Anyway, I go, how did you rent I go, what are you doing? He said, I got a guy coming that wants to shoot some videos. And I said, okay. I said, who is it? He goes, just meet me down at the gym at 1 o'clock. And I'm like, all right, you know, so I'm thinking it's maybe some country music artist or, you know, whatever. So I get down there, and when I get down there, there's these 3 like Amazon women in the ring, and they're just like marching around. And there's a tarp, a black tarp over top my ring. I had an 18 by 18, you know, wrestling ring, and it's all covered in black tarp. Yeah. And I'm thinking. So I go in the office. Now our office, we had a big window where we could look out into the gym, but you couldn't see in, right? I go, what's with the tarp? I go, what's going on? He's like, okay. He goes, do you know who Bart Durham is?
Shut up.
I go, yeah. He said, well, he's coming to film. And I'm thinking he's going to do like one of those commercials, like, you know, we'll fight for you or whatever. And I said, oh. I said, it's like a commercial. He's like, no, it's for his personal viewing. I go, he's going to film this and only he's going to see it? He goes, listen, here's the deal. Anyways, they put the tarp down so they could cover the whole thing in baby oil. He showed up. When he come to the door, he already had on a robe, little wrestling boots, trunks. And he got in the ring, and for 2 hours, these women beat the living hell out of him.
How long ago is this? He's old as shit right now.
Oh, this was 07, 06. Yeah. It was around the same time as the bugs and the Puerto Rican that broke into my house multiple times that I kept letting stay over. Anyways, I said, you gotta be kidding me, right? No, actually, we back up. I said, you gotta be shitting me. I said, Bart Durham's coming down here to wrestle these big women? And they filmed it, and he just like, they would sling him into the corner and they punched him. Shit. You ever see those weird videos where people stomp on their balls?
Have you seen that Netflix video?
Okay. So he gets done, and it was like, that was it. Like, I was like, that is crazy, right? About a week later, 2 weeks later, Steve calls me. He was like, hey, they want to rent the ring again. I go, same. He goes, no, different women. I come down there. There was one woman, I bet she was 6'5", probably weighed 300 pounds. They came out there and just pounded and pounded, beat like this. Like you just like get a break, get some water, and you go right back at. I mean, at some point you got to look at him and go, yeah, you know, I got to give you the nod on that, you know. But one of the things they did over and over again, because he couldn't get the right angle, is one girl would hold his hands down, the other girl would hold his legs down, so he's laying on his back, can't get up. And the woman that was probably going 600, 650. I mean, she was big. Like I don't know how she got in the ring, and she would hit the rope and splash him, body splash him. Boom! But the whole ring, goosh, you know, baby oil flying. But
oh my God,
I don't know if that story can get me in trouble. If I was him, I wouldn't come up out of the bushes and want to discuss that. I'd just let that go. It's just, they only got 9 viewers. They got 9 viewers. But okay, and here's the other story. Now that's a true story, by the way.
We reached 150 to our first episode.
What's that?
150 on our first episode.
Oh, yeah. No, we're at 170.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're about to break 200 because we're going to do a promo and tell people we're doing this. Okay, here's my other story. Now, this is, it's about the strawberry douche. Okay, check this out. So
many stories.
No, this one's a good one. I had a relative. We're going to say that.
Okay.
And he played in a little band up in Minnesota, right? So one night before he goes to work, before he goes into the club to play or whatever, he tells his girlfriend at the time, I guess Strawberry Douche had come out. Or maybe I don't know how he got, because I researched it, and there's not a lot of douche that's strawberry. I don't even know if I could find one. So I don't know if she put a Kool-Aid packet in there or what. I don't know. I honestly don't know. That part of the story, I'm not going to be held accountable for. But anyways, somehow he wanted her to do that, right? While he was gone. Like, yeah. And that opens up a lot of questions too. You know, like why? Why would she need to do that? But I guess he wanted to smell like strawberry. So she gets it, right? And she's on the way back from the store, and she's going to swing by the club and be flirtatious, like, look what I got, you know, blah, blah, blah. Or maybe he'd asked her before, and now she was going to surprise her with it. Yeah. Well, she gets there, and he's in a back booth making out with some other girl, right? Uh-oh. So instead of running up and be like, hey, you know, whatever, she waits till he gets on stage, and he's playing guitar, and she comes across the dance floor in front of everybody, and she goes, here's your strawberry douche, and full. Just completely just squeezes and just covers him from head to toe, just spraying the hell out of him with strawberry douche. Now, you're thinking, is there more to the story? And I'm thinking, does there need to be?
That's it?
That's it. And there's more to that, but Thanksgiving's going to be real rough next year if I finish it. Okay, and here's the other one. Now, you may have heard this one. So I had a buddy in high school. And he was working for Krispy Kreme Donuts as the truck driver, right? He was, you've seen the big Krispy Kreme donut trucks, and they go around and deliver it. Well, his route was west of Nashville, like Waverly or that whole area, Dixon, whatever. Yeah. And he'd go around 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, drive around all the gas stations, and stock the Krispy Kreme donuts. And you never know what I'm going to say. So right now in your mind, you're trying to put it together, and you've probably got some kind of crazier story in your head that you think I'm going to say.
Quick story.
So I
can tell how fat I am because I used to follow those trucks all over the place. Every time I hit the gas station near me, I was right there with them. Because, by the time those donuts sit there all day, they're not even good. Yeah. They get harder. But yeah, if you can get Krispy Kreme as soon as they're fresh,
another thing you can do is follow in the truck is drive to a Krispy Kreme. I don't know how much
There's
cash.
There's no Krispy Kremes near me.
Well,
so it's either gas stations or you shit out of luck.
Well, here's what happens.
Okay, keep going with the story.
My buddy decided that a lot of times when he was in the gas stations, people would, be buying weed, or his thought was, if they're tearing into Krispy Kreme donuts at 2 o'clock in the morning, they probably got the munchies. So he started selling weed out of the Krispy Kreme donut truck, right? He put it in the boxes and stuff, and he had these little cannolis he'd stick it in. Like, he thought he was so slick, dude. And anyways, what had happened was one of the managers had got in the box and got the donut out that had the weed in it. Somebody else was supposed to get it, and they like set it to the side. They're like, I'll get with it in a second. I got to finish it at the register. And he goes to bite into this cannoli, and there's a big bag of weed in there, right? So he calls Krispy Kreme, which I'm going, I'd just be tearing into the donuts going, how illegal is this? Anyway, he got busted and went to jail, okay? Yeah. So he calls me. He was like, hey, man. He was like, I need you to come get me. I'm like, where you at? And this is before call identifier, because now if they call you, it says Davidson County Jail. I know this for a fact. And I go, what happened? And he starts telling me the story. And like, he's only got so much time on the phone, I guess. And I'm dying laughing. He's like, dude, just seriously, like, we'll talk about it later. Like, it can be funny later. He's about to cry. Anyways, here's what got him in trouble. They said and his picture ended up on the front page of the Waverly News with him sitting by the tire, and in front of him they had the weed, and he had a loaded handgun and something else, and it was all in front of him, like they had, and the police were like down on one knee like they had shot a deer. You know what I mean? They were all posing with a photo. There's my buddy, and that's like Al Qaeda. We got him, But he wasn't he obviously wasn't a good drug dealer, right? Or
no shit.
Yeah. And anyways, he wanted to know how much money he was making, so he had a ledger in his desk where he was filling out every night how much he'd sold, how much he bought, whatever. Well, when they went to the house to search his house, they didn't have to search for nothing because he had it all on a ledger. He had it like organized. It was like, he had it written out how much he bought. I go, why did you do that? He's like, well, man, I just, was just like, curious. I go, were you going to claim it on your taxes? Like, you know what I'm saying? Just buy stuff. How much money you got? Enough to buy stuff. He had his scales.
You got to
everything.
make sure that more income was coming in and going out.
And anyways, the detective told my buddy, and he said he was like so mad because they kept taking pictures at his house and stuff. The detective told my buddy, "You're the first person we busted that did all the paperwork for us."
It's an open and shut case.
Oh my God! Look it up though. You can Google that. And I'm not going to say his name, but it rhymes with John McCullough. Okay. Oh my goodness. Well, I got a funny story about a guy named Mudbone. Okay, so for those that don't know, Mudbone is a comic.
What happened to him? I heard he got married and he's a truck driver. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah, I don't know. I know he's happy.
I remember he used to date. What was that girl's name he used to date?
With the crazy hair all the time.
Yeah, she had crazy wild hair. Damn, I forgot her name.
Well, my story's about those two.
So I ran into her not too long ago. Well, let's say about 6 months ago.
Yeah. Well, and we'll say Mudbone. That's his stage name. We're not going to say his real name.
Yeah.
But it rhymes with Brian Woolard. Anyways, great guy though, and hilarious. When he really wants to be on.
He used to do the radio.
Yeah. Brian Woolard with your drive time traffic.
It was so crazy because we know him as a comedian and we laugh at him, cut up with him. But then he told me he did the traffic. And I'm like, no, you don't. Do you really? Yeah. So I turned the radio on one day and I'm like, oh my God, that is him. Yeah. And he's professional at it.
This is Brian Woolard in the 97.9 daytime traffic. Yeah. Traffic and weather. So he comes into this. We're at the Rusty Nail doing comedy.
Yeah.
And you were there, but he comes in and he...
Hope. Go ahead.
Yeah, Hope was the girl's name he dated.
There you go.
So anyways, he comes in and he's mad. Like he's fiery hot when he gets to the... And I'm thinking, why would you even come here and try to do comedy when...
You're already pissed off.
Yeah. So he had lost his job at the radio station that day.
Oh, really?
Because the night before he went to jail. Okay? What had happened was he was in the house. Okay, let me tell you how he told the story. He's like, man, I got this bratty ass stepson. He goes, he got mouthy with me last night, and he went downstairs to the basement, and he said instead of hitting him, man, I had to, So he this guy grabs the side of the pool table and flips it, right? And
pool
I guess
tables are heavy.
Huh?
Pool tables are heavy.
Well, he probably got it from like Watson's or something. Some of those are light.
Yeah.
If you're gonna tip it over and not pick it up, he didn't bench press it. He didn't pick it up and throw it. So, anyways, somehow him and the stepson got into it. Now, in all fairness, Brian's crazy as hell. But this stepson was horrible.
Yeah.
Okay. And so here's why he got arrested. The cops get there, and he says, he did this and he did that, and he hit me, and this one he hit me. Whatever. They're going back and forth.
Yeah.
And Brian's he's on stage telling this story, just the way I'm telling it now. And he started cussing me in front of the cops. And Brian says to his stepson, "You kiss your mother with that mouth?" Right? And he goes something, but somehow the stepson said, "Yeah," or "You know I do," or something. And he goes, "Well, how's my dick taste?" And they arrested him because I think the kid Brian said he faked some scratches or something.
That was a good joke, though.
No, it's a true story. The joke that he told was good, but listen. When I come on here, I'm telling the truth, Monty. I'm not.
You're making it up.
Yeah.
Said he told a good joke. Anyway.
Yeah, but that family member of the Strawberry Douche, just to recap, he called me.
Okay, go ahead.
He called me one night, and he said, I want you to do my final wishes. And I'm like, well, they're going to have to be reasonable. You're just going to have to haunt me because I'm not, He says to me, I want to be cremated.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
Yeah. And I said, yeah, okay. So far, I'm with you. He goes, and I want you to take my ashes and put it in a douche. Now, this is 50 years removed from the story of the Strawberry Douche. That's still his thing, right?
Yeah.
And I said, why would you want to do that? He said, that way I can get up in my girlfriend one more time.
Oh my God.
Listen, are we starting?
5 minutes left.
Okay. And what do you know what your final wishes are? Have you ever sat down and thought about it?
Yeah, delete all my hard drives. There's a lot of shit on there that you don't want to see.
Yeah, and I think I'd appreciate that too.
Because, okay, I don't know if I ever told you this, but my dad, a long time ago, was a photographer. So he kept a lot of picture books.
Yeah.
A lot of photos. So I don't know. It's a digital age now, so I feel like I keep a lot of photos.
Yeah.
So my Facebook got deleted not too long ago. And the only thing I was kind of missing was my photos. But I'm like, oh, I got all of them backed up on hard drives. So I'm not really missing the photos. They're just not on public to see again.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I got a lot, not just photos, but videos and a lot of stuff. Good stuff. Okay, but
what are your
good
videos
stuff,
of? Like
okay,
down
let me
at
tell
the
you
lake
something.
fishing or family reunions?
Mostly concerts. Okay, name some concerts you've been to. I might blow you away because I've been to a lot of black concerts.
Well, then that don't blow me away.
Yo, like you call me the whitest black guy you know.
I know. I was expecting like Winger or White Snake or Rat, Skid Row.
Okay, watch this, and I'm pretty sure you've heard.
I turned you on to a good band today, though. Yeah. Power.
Yeah, I can put out some good names that you've heard.
Yeah.
And that everybody's heard.
Right.
But I'll probably put out some names that I know who that is, but I didn't know they came to Nashville to do a concert. So okay, let's say this. By far, one of my best concerts I've ever seen is when Black Eyed Peas came to Nashville.
Yeah.
Black Eyed Peas. This is, I think, right around the time that they either did the Super Bowl or preparing to do the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, each one of those individuals are very talented.
Yeah.
And on top of that, they came out as a group and they're very talented together. Yeah. And then plus the stage, dancers, the stage, the videos behind it. It's like that whole stage performance was amazing. I've never seen anything like that.
I don't see that.
So I also saw Madonna in concert. So not only was she good on the stage, good Lord, gays packed that place out. And I was not only entertained on stage, but everybody around me, they was having the best gay time.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Let's say, you know who Salt and Pepper is? Yeah, everybody knows who that is. Okay, so Spinderella's their DJ. I've seen her in Nashville. Eddie George is a DJ. He's DJed in Nashville before. I've seen Questlove, Grandmaster Flash.
Nice.
So I've seen a lot of good. I've seen Snoop twice. I've seen Q-Tip from A Tribe Called Quest, which you played today.
Yeah.
So I had to see that. Let's see, who else have I seen? CeeLo, 3 6 Mafia, the West Side Connection, which is Ice Cube, Snoop Dogg, E40, or somebody Too Short.
Let me ask you this.
I've seen New Edition in concert.
If you could, great concert. Everybody always says this, but I'm curious to see where you come with it. If you could pick one person to go see, to go hang out with, like, hold on, it's not music.
Okay.
If you could pick one comic that's no longer with us,
okay,
to go see, to be able to have just a few hours to pick their brain, have lunch, just really get to absorb them because you're a big fan, who would it be?
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy.
Not to say he's the best.
I just said that they're no longer with us.
You said, I think you said like dead or alive, or like here or not here.
Yeah, I guess that. Yeah, well, that'll work.
Okay,
Murphy.
If you say dead, it will have to be Richard Pryor.
Okay.
If you say alive,
Eddie Murphy. Okay.
Because not only is he a good actor and comedian, and if you talk to any other comedian, that has sat and talked to him outside of the comedy world, it's he's still funny. He's on all the time, almost like we're talking about other people. You ever watch Jerry Seinfeld's Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee?
Yeah.
You ever watch that?
Yeah.
So Eddie Murphy's on there, and he does impressions of Tracy Morgan.
He's good.
Yeah, he does. He still is just naturally funny. He's not writing jokes and this is my material. He's just naturally, that's who he is.
Okay, I'm going to give you a trivia question.
Okay.
Of every comic, any comic that has ever stepped in front of a microphone from the beginning of the time till right now, I'm telling you the story.
Yeah.
Who do you think has sold more albums and more tickets than anybody without a close second?
Without a close second? It would have to be either Dave Chappelle or Kevin Hart. No? Okay, wait. Now let me take that back. You say white or black, or I'm just going with black. I don't know why I just did that. I'm
just going with black.
Because you think...
How racist is that?
Well, hey. No. I was thinking it can't be Eddie Murphy because he was good. Not to say he wasn't talented, but his
And this is documented. I'll show it to you.
Oh, really? Okay.
Jeff Foxworthy.
Really? Well, I can get that.
Yeah. He started out handing cassette tapes out of the trunk of his car in parking lots, truck stops in Georgia.
So did MC Hammer do that?
Yeah, but I think their story ended a little different.
So did Too Short did that.
Too Short.
You don't know who Too Short is.
Midget? Or really short person?
It's a rapper.
Did I ever tell you about the lady that got offended me telling a midget joke in the club, and she said it was just like saying the N-word to midgets? Did I tell you that?
Yeah.
Did I tell it on this show?
I believe so. Second episode. I don't memorize.
Yeah, and I recap then. I told her, I said, it's not the same. She goes, yes, it is. I said, okay, well, we'll prove that. I said, here's what we're going to do.
Who went past that?
I said, when we get, people like this. We're in the middle of something good, finally. She says, I said, here's what we'll do to prove it. Prove my point. I said, when we get done with the tour, I'll drive you over to the Opry Mills Mall. We'll go in the food court, packed on a Saturday. Yeah. I'll stand up on a table. You stand up on a table. I'll scream midget, and you scream the N-word. I said, we'll see who's at Chili's getting Santa Fe egg rolls in the next 10 minutes. It won't be you. It ain't the same thing. If I go to the food court, midget!
They couldn't climb up on the...
No, nothing. Oh, my God, he's coming up a chair. That's what I said the other night. I said I was in the club doing midget jokes. This midget come up after the show. I said, he's madder than hell. Marched over, got right up in my waist, right? And he goes, I just want you to know I ain't happy. I said, dopey. Turns out he's just grumpy.
Oh, I hate that.
And if I wasn't wearing a mistletoe belt buckle, that's the only thing I think backed him up, kept him at a distance. All right, shout outs. What do you got, Monty?
Give a shout out to, let's see, Charles. I'm gonna give a shout out to Charles. Heather has a friend that he's really sick right now, not doing too good. He's in the hospital today. Okay. So that's a good thing. All right. So hopefully he does well, getting better. We'll throw prayers out for him. Road for recovery. So give a shout out to him. He's a good guy.
All right. I'd like to give a shout out to the lady that's in the militia that I met on dating. We're actually supposed to get together and go to the Capitol.
January 6th?
Yeah. So me and her are going to head to the Capitol. And no, I'm giving her a shout out because I embellished a lot of that. And she is hot. And she seems like a sweetheart.
You can do this for cool points. You try to get laid that night, you do meet her.
Yeah, this whole thing is the whole show.
The whole episode is trying to get laid.
Yeah. I mean, listen, dating apps are expensive. Why would I not swing for the fence on your nickel?
It's not going to use this platform for your dating app profile.
Hey, listen, just go to this link. First of all, neither one of us are getting paid. Okay.
I didn't say we had to get paid. But I don't want you
got a girlfriend. If you didn't have a girlfriend, would you not use it as your platform?
No.
You told me if I'll start doing this, I'll get laid. That was your first thing.
I did say that.
You said, did you not?
But I do lie a lot.
Well, I'm glad we're 6 episodes in. I will tell you this. None of this has gotten me laid. Anything I've done to this point. In fact, there's been a lot of people that have stopped talking to me after the second episode. They were like, and I leave with an opening question. It's like, so how long have you lived in Nashville? Red. Yeah. It's either, this guy doesn't have any sleeves. You know, a lot of people think I'm bald because I wear a hat all the time. Yeah. They're like, every time you see him, he's got a hat on because he ain't got no hair.
We are the same way.
Yeah.
I shave my
Should I take I'm not taking my hat off.
Why not?
Because if I take my hat off, but if I leave it on, they're all going to just keep wondering.
One episode, we're going to have to switch clothes. Okay, put it back on.
All right. No, none of this has gotten me. I don't even think it's gotten me a date. I sent it to Tink. Remember I told you?
No, you just told me not too long ago, a couple episodes ago, somebody you don't even know started telling you how good the episode was.
Yeah.
See, you added her.
And yeah. Well, about the fourth or fifth text, she asked me for my cash app. I said, well, are you an investor? Would you like to try to invest? Now, here's the thing is, I like the dating apps. I really, honest to God, I've been using them just for fun and material and writing stuff because there's endless.
I did do that one time. Yeah. I think I was Plenty of Fish. Plenty of Fish I joined and on my profile.
Plenty of Fish.
I said, I'm not here for a date. Yeah. I'm here for material.
Oh, that's good.
And every single one of my profile pictures was me on the microphone. So So there you go.
One time we'll have to talk about when I drove Uber and Lyft, the material that people are
Yeah,
loading.
yeah. We'll do that
Next episode, because there was a guy that sprayed poopery on him, on his balls, and had to get to the emergency room, and I took him. Long story, we'll get into that.
Okay.
Okay,
right,
Jay, the militia woman, I love you, and let's go shoot some stuff. I mean that. You know I mean that.
Would you stop it?
The rest of these liberals.
You haven't had.
You know why we're not going to have any feminists watching this? Because they can't take a joke. You know how many feminists it takes to screw in a light bulb? 2. 1 to screw it in and 1 to go make me a sandwich. Bye, y'all.